Well, Luke, beautiful, nearly summer's day. It feels like a summer's day.
This is what you get living in Spain.
And it's only February, and
not bad stadium either, is it?
Lovely stadium behind us. This is LALIGA Talks. We're back in business, and today it's something different. We're going to take you into our mobile studio as we break down the title race. This weekend has been full of action, and as they say here in Spain, LALIGA. We have a competitive league.
Welcome to LALIGA Talks. So we'll start with the game that was played here, the Madrid Derby. Ollie, what did you make of it? Obviously it's had its influence now on a great title race, but what did you make of the game itself? Was it what you expected it to be?
To be honest, like the last 3 Madrid derbies in the Liga have been 1-1. So to say it was a surprise that it ended up that way wouldn't really be true. It was something that we maybe expected.
So predictable, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it was a bit of a scrappy game, to be honest. I don't think either side will be happy with their overall performance. But the way the game went was Atleti were strong in the first half, dangerous on the counter-attack, got a bit of luck with the penalty decision, but I think they deserved the lead in the first half, and then obviously second half I thought Madrid were much stronger. The fact that it's ended as a draw, maybe in hindsight both teams will be a bit annoyed at themselves for not just saying we need to go and win this, because
throwing caution to the wind a bit more.
That is the result that Barca are delighted with.
But that being said, there were still some standout performers, right? And
definitely.
One of the guys I think was the goalie.
Yeah, Ollie I think was the best player on the pitch.
He's world class.
He made 8 saves in the game, a lot of crucial moments, and he really proved to the world why he's still one of the best goalkeepers in the world. And he's been just such an amazing player for Cholo Simeone over the years, and he's stepped up.
I thought we're going to see another big Jude Bellingham moment in that game, but he's still yet to score in this Madrid derby. He hit the post, of course, and Oblak made a good save from another one of his headed chances. But do you feel like Madrid could have done a little bit more of that fantastic quad of players they have going forward?
I think Bellingham won't be happy with his overall performance. He actually, as he always does, he always gets a couple of chances, but I think his overall play was subpar. I think overall in the game, Real Madrid's best attacking player was Rodrigo.
Yeah, I would agree.
To be honest, in recent weeks, I think he has been Real Madrid's strongest player. Although Vinicius in the second half was very dangerous on that wing.
Late on especially, he came to life, didn't he?
Yeah, Vinny's second half performance was very good, but I think he was too quiet in the first half. He could have had more of an impact on this game.
Really quiet first half, and of course, Mr. Kylian Mbappe, he got a goal, didn't he? How many is that for the season now?
I think he's on 17.
17 goals for the season, so he's still right on course to try and beat Lewandowski at the top there.
He kind of backed up his player of the month. He picked it up at the start of the game, and he was clinical, and that's why Real Madrid brought him in for these big moments when they really need a goal.
Yeah,
Mbappe was there, he stepped up. My favourite part of the game, I have to say, was the Panenka.
Oh man, I was just about to say we need to speak about, because Atleti going forward as well, that they're obviously amazing at the back, but this isn't necessarily a Simeone team of old where you concentrate too much on defence either. They've got some star players going forward. One of those is Julian.
He's been in fantastic form. I think from an attacking point of view, their strongest player was Samuelino, who won the penalty.
He's
but
great
also
form,
he's been playing very well recently, and he brought that into this game. He won the penalty, obviously. But yeah, I just have to commend the lack of fear that Alvarez had to try the Panenka in this setting against one of the world's best keepers.
He's a World Cup winner, isn't he? It shouldn't surprise us. I mean, as he is stepping up, I think it's got to be hard, because you could see the scores of Real Madrid fans behind the goal there. And I was thinking, this is a pressure moment. He dealt with it all right though, didn't he? Amazing.
I was shocked. But he's been fantastic signing for Atleti this season. He needs a couple more goals in La Liga to catch back up to the outstanding strikers, but he's been a quality signing, and I loved that moment. It was fantastic.
Exactly, and as we said, I think towards the end of that game, both sides decided, Atleti especially, I think, knowing that obviously Real Madrid had a decimated defence, but Atleti didn't push that bit more. I think they were happy to end the night with a draw, right, and just continue their title challenge. But obviously, as you said, that left the door open for Barcelona, and my God, did they walk through it.
Find a new spot.
then, I know you covered this game for La Liga. There's a few stars in that team, isn't there? And they just get better and better and better. And although they have been struggling in La Liga, this was a big win, right?
It's been an interesting few months for Barca because we thought before their little bad patch, they're the best team in the world.
Yeah.
They have their bad patch, and now it feels like they're back to being the best team in the world. And it was a pretty solid performance last night. Pretty easy victory, you could say, away from home.
Sevilla remained in the game for a bit of time, probably longer than most people expected, right? But
definitely. Obviously, Barca are always going to dominate a game like that, possession-wise, with the quality they had with that. Two midfielders, Frankie de Jong and Pedri, but the standout performer was definitely Pedri. Just completely controlled the game from the start, and I think he was the difference.
That assist, that little chipped ball over the top, it's so cultured. I mean, that's a Spanish footballer there, right there for you.
Exactly that. Now, Pedri has been performing outstandingly this season, but it feels like now he's gone to another level, and I think he might be Barcelona's most important player. The way he can spot that late run into the box, perfectly execute the pass, it was something to behold. And then Lewandowski, the thing about Lewandowski is he just gets goals. They're not always pretty.
That one against Sevilla, that was a proper striker's finish as well, wasn't it? That's the type of goal you sniff out as a striker like he is. I mean, he's just, it's becoming a pretty impressive season for this guy actually. 19 La Liga goals already.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he could beat Mbappe to the top of this goal scoring list.
I mean, at the rate Barca are scoring, I think they've scored 64 goals in La Liga this season.
Yeah, this is a team that has got, they're not silly in defence either. I mean, they got the likes of Kubasi, although that high line they played did nearly catch them out on numerous occasions.
Well, after the Lewandowski goal, of course, literally from kickoff, Sevilla scored. So
crazy.
They lost a bit of concentration there.
Yeah.
But it always felt like they were gonna win this game. And one thing that Sevilla might be a bit annoyed about was that when Fermin got sent off, they should have came at Barca more.
Yeah.
They should have attacked them with less men. But I think Hansi managed the game perfectly, and it's still, even with 10 men, it's hard to get the ball off
If you were
Barca.
to pick a team that you would trust to sort of see out a lead with the way they play, Barca kind of suffocate the ball from you, don't they? And you just don't get it back. They don't want you to have it. So really difficult night for Sevilla.
And again, one of probably the player of the season so far, in my opinion, Rafinha scored another absolutely incredible goal. A great pass from Kubasi into his feet. It was nearly like Rafinha just decided, okay, it's time for me to score.
Yeah.
Dribbled it around a couple of players, and the emphatic finish. I've seen him play this season in the flesh, and in the warm-up, you see him shooting, and he'll always put it right in the corner, and that's what he did yesterday.
It's interesting, right? He's a player, I can't remember what age he is exactly, 27, 28. He's a player who is prime or further now, but this is the best season I've ever seen him have.
For sure, he's just exploded.
Yeah.
He's exploded under Flick. He's been given a captain's armband when Araujo's been out, which has built his confidence, and I think he's been my player of the season so far. And if Barca keep playing at this level and don't go down, I think they're the most dangerous team.
We're in for a hell of a title race now. You'll see that table brought up, guys. Should we have a little bit of a discussion about where we see it going next? Because then the fixtures these teams are coming up, where they might drop points, where they might not.
Exactly right. Let's head to another location, then we can check the next 5 upcoming games for the top 3 and see who we think will come out on top after those 5 fixtures.
Sounds like a plan. Now, Ollie, you know I love a stat, right? And so I was looking the other day, only 3 times this century has there been 2 points separating 3 title chasing sides with 15 games to go. So this is genuinely one of the biggest title challenges, title races we've seen this century. Well, exciting, right?
That's very exciting. We're in for an absolute treat then, the next few months. What I propose now is that we take a look at the next 5 fixtures of Real Madrid, Atleti and Barca and see who we think might be top of the table.
Let's hear it. Let's see.
Seeing as we're at the Bernabéu, let's start with Real Madrid. One important factor about their next few games is that because they didn't qualify automatically for the Champions League knockout stages,
right?
have 2 extra games. And those extra games are against Manchester City. First one is coming up tomorrow in Manchester, and then next week Manchester City will be here to play Real Madrid. So
Right.
I'll give you the run. So tomorrow, Man City, Real Madrid. At the weekend, Osasuna, Real Madrid. So
Away?
they're away to Osasuna.
Ooh. El Sadar, it's not an easy place to go.
And then they have Real Madrid, Man City at home. Then they have Girona at home, Betis away, Rayo at home, and Villarreal away.
So Betis in that run as well. We know a certain Mr. Anthony's doing
Yeah,
well. He's doing well
exactly.
since he's arrived.
Exactly.
2 MVPs. I think the most important context of Real Madrid, we may have said this before, is the current injury crisis they've got and how they're going to deal with those games defensively. Who do you think might challenge them the most from an attacking point of view?
They're all tricky games.
Yeah.
I have to say, like, immediately coming up this weekend is Osasuna away,
Yeah.
which is never easy in El
Well, the likes of
Sadar.
the
They
Budimir.
beat Barca this season at El
Yeah,
Sadar.
they've been really, really impressive against the top teams.
After that, they have Girona, who obviously were fantastic last season, but you'd never rule them out.
No, play a nice style of
Betis
football.
away is difficult.
Manuel Pellegrini, he knows his way around a big game.
And then they have Rayo here, and Rayo are in 6th position in the league, so they won't be an easy game either. So
Yeah, I tell you what, we're going to have to go out to Rayo because they've been so good this season, haven't we? Let's make that one of the next episodes we do. I think.
Okay, so that's the Real Madrid run.
Yep.
At the end, we'll see who we think is the most difficult one.
Yep.
Next up, we'll go with Atleti.
Yeah, go with the
So their
rivals.
next 5 games are Celta at home,
Oof,
Valencia
Celta had a
away.
huge comeback win.
Exactly. Valencia away, Athletic Club at home, Getafe away, and then Barca come to the Metropolitano.
Barca at the Metropolitano. Obviously, Barca with revenge on their minds because they lost out in the last moments of the time they played, right?
Yeah.
Is it
So-
Soloff who scored?
Yes, it was. But so I'm thinking Celta have been quite bad away from home this season.
Yep.
So I'm thinking Atleti should win that game. Valencia are on a serious upward trend at the moment. And this game is at
it's
Mestalla.
a team you like, isn't it? So
Exactly.
we'll let you have that one.
So I'm thinking Valencia could do them there. Athletic Club are in 4th position, having a fantastic
crazy
season.
streak. Well, they're breaking records for themselves at the moment.
Exactly. And then Getafe away is a difficult fixture.
Always a difficult game. Physical.
So now I'm thinking I think that's more difficult than Real Madrid's run,
Okay.
personally.
Tell us Barca's then, and we'll work it out.
So we'll go to Barca now. Rayo at home,
Top 6 Rayo.
Las Palmas away,
Off to Gran Canaria, are they?
Real Sociedad at home, Osasuna at home, and then Atleti away. So I think 4 out of those 5 Barca would be favourites to win.
Yeah. That's not a bad run-in for them.
And
is
even
it?
like having their only away fixtures are Las Palmas away in that run, and then they have Atleti away.
Yeah. I mean, the
So-
Atleti away is the big one, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Real Madrid have their eyes on that.
I think Atleti's run is the most difficult, to be honest.
Yeah.
Due to the fact that Getafe are so hard to beat, Athletic Club are flying high, Valencia
Yeah.
are on a mad upward trajectory.
That being said, Atleti are also carrying some of the best form, right? So
Yeah.
they've been really impressive this season.
And they have the best squad, arguably,
Yeah.
in terms of like people to come off
Depth.
the bench.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree.
Will these 2 Champions League games affect Real Madrid's league form?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, and if they were to lose them, say.
exactly, and with their injury crisis,
Yeah.
guys, that's only the next 5 games, and we have an absolutely belter title race on our hands.
I can't wait. But for now, should we go and grab a pincho?
Yeah, we need to have a little bit of almuerzo and get back to the office.
Let's go.
That's it. That's all we have for today's episode of LALIGA Talks from here to Santiago Bernabéu.
Now, as always, guys, we want to hear your comments. So tell us who you think is going to win this exciting title race, who has the best run of upcoming fixtures, and maybe how Real Madrid are going to deal with this current injury crisis they've got, because that's going to be important here.
Exactly, guys. We want to get you involved on these episodes every week. So leave your footballing opinions in the comments. Next week, we'll be reading out and reacting to some comments.
Until next time.
We'll see you guys.